did want to, first of all, like we do every week, just start off and see how everybody's doing, talk to everybody, and just see how the week was. I mean, I know we've been into the AMP thing. I would like to ask Miss Nikki, though, because she is the one that we've really been working on with the meditation portion of the AMP. And I would like to find out from the Queen sitting over there, she's sitting directly in the center. I'm so proud of her. She ain't running from the camera no more. She is, don't lean on. Don't try to fade the black now. So, you know, we're about basically over a month into this whole webinar series that we've been doing. Yeah, I mean, this is the fourth one, and we missed a week. So, so we've been at this for about a month. I would just like to see, first of all, one, how are you doing with your AMP? I know the A and the P are no problem for you. You know, those two things you have down. Your challenge, which if you choose to accept it, has been to begin the third part of that trinity. And just tell me how it's going. I mean, whether you've been doing or not. You know, this is family. This is about us getting better and encouraging one another. So just talk to us a little bit about how your AMP process is going.
Well, okay. Well, with regards to the meditation, I have I have resorted to research and I've resorted, and so I went online, and you know, just to get some idea of maybe I'm not doing something right, and to see, you know, how other people do it. So I found the website, and I found the website, and I'm sorry, I'm just a tad distracted because I'm trying to babysit. This is killing me. And so I'm pretty sure you all are familiar with the movie The Secret.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there's a guy. Yes, okay. So there's a guy on there, Bob Proctor. He was one of the moderators on there, and he has his own meditation tapes. And so I've used them before, and they were so relaxing. And so he has it on YouTube, and it comes with this really serene, like you know, you hear the ocean and you hear little tweets of birds, and you close your eyes and you use that to meditate. So I've done that a couple of times. I actually like it. And what I've really realized is that, and probably, you know, as far as form is concerned, I can't meditate lying down. So, because
you go to sleep.
Okay, exactly. So that's one of the things I was going to do, because when I wake up in the morning, you know, I would say my prayers, and then I would try to go into meditate and fall back to sleep. So I realized, you know, that I need a little bit of assistance. So it's still a work in progress. Hold on one second. What did I tell you? Did I not tell you that I'm on a call? And you cannot play with the dog while I'm on the call. Me. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Welcome back. So what it sounds like, well, at least you're making the effort. That is awesome.
But it shouldn't be this difficult, should it?
Well, it's a learning process. It's different for everybody, you know, because getting to the point where you're able to silence your mind and just to relax into it is a challenge all unto itself. And you know, a lot of times that's why people meditate in a seated position, because it's a little better,
right,
for you to stay woke. And you may want to do, which is why it's so important, like with these events and stuff we're having. So we're going to be doing like group meditations and things like that. You may want to try even some guided meditations, like group meditations, yes.
Okay.
And, you may want to even try some guided meditation, you know, like where somebody walks you through the process. It's a different outcome than if you're just trying to do it and you haven't and you aren't used to it. But I think Brother Sean had something to say, because Sean's very heavy into meditation himself. We're getting ready to go to him, but I appreciate you, Miss Nikki. You're giving this your full effort. You're researching. That means it's serious for you. You know, it's not a game. You didn't just quit because you didn't because you like it's not working. I don't know what this is about. No, you went further. You took the next step. So that's great. We appreciate that. Brother Sean, I think you have something to add. So go ahead, Brother Sean.
Hey, yeah, me and my wife use an app that helps us do the timing of it, and it also um, automatically puts your brain on the correct frequencies that you need to really go into deep
Really?
meditation. Yeah, so I wanted to share that app with you because
Yeah.
it really helps, and it's right on we put it right on our phones. So when we meditate and do our amp, we just throw this program on, and it puts it all together for you, and it puts you right in the right brain frequency so you can get the uh, optimal meditation called
What is that?
Mind Droid. Mind
Mind. Okay.
OROID. Mind Droid.
Okay.
And just go into the Play Store and download it. And it's a
Mhm.
very you can tell it. We set out. Well, it depends on what we're doing. Usually, with our amp sessions, it can either we do about 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes, depending on what we got to do that morning. And
Mhm.
but it gives it's this a frequency that comes two different frequencies that comes through both ears, and just put your headphones on and just listen to it and just close your eyes for the 20 minutes. You know, if it probably will not put you to sleep per se,
Uh
um,
huh.
but it's very good and it gets you where you need to be. I also learned transcendental meditation. I actually learned that, and what they
What's
basically
it
showed us.
called?
I learned transcendental
Transcendental.
meditation. It's a Eastern technique, and
Okay.
they showed us all the mechanics of it. But once I learned it all, I was able to. All they were doing was helping us to get on that particular frequency in our brains, and that's
Mhm.
your mantra and everything. And this particular program really gets you there. I see different. I see no difference in terms of you know. But if you really want to learn about
Yeah.
meditation, it's plenty of sources, and that source you have is good too. That guy is pretty good. Yeah, that guy was very good. That you referenced. So I've read some of his stuff and used some of his stuff too. But the whole idea is just to do it every day. Your 15 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day, just keep doing it and report the results back. It's really not nothing that's supposed to happen that you're going to be able to always report back. And if you go to
Mhm.
sleep, that's okay too. Yeah, it doesn't need you to be conscious to work.
Right.
So don't feel frustrated if you go to sleep. If you go to sleep, that's actually to be happy.
Thank you. I'm
Right.
gonna go ahead.
And
Uh huh.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I said I'm definitely going to check out that app. I'm
Hmm.
definitely going to check that
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, because what Sean's talking about, they call it um, binaural frequencies that are utilized to create certain levels of it helps to settle your brain. So they play the sounds at two different frequencies in your ear simultaneously, so that you
Mhm.
can relax into the meditation. So
Okay.
that's awesome. All right. Now, brother Sean, how was your week? How's your week of work been? I mean, we've been doing this for a few weeks now. How's everything going?
Well, yeah, our life is transitioning. I had a great birthday. I was a little sick last week, but I'm coming out. Um, we are definitely enjoying life and taking life as it comes and being real good about our amps and everything, and it's bringing us closer and keeping and and applying all of the stuff we learned at the Millionaire Mind in terms of doing um, our affirmations and stuff like that. And it's really making a difference. It's really getting us focused in. We got our jar system set up. So we're at least we have that set up and ready to go. Um, and it's just a matter of now funding it and prioritizing it. We can actually see, we actually could plan now and say, okay, this is going to happen, and we can see where our money is going and stuff. So it really is a exciting time to be able to plan, and I am, always looking for new opportunities. So enjoying that, and and it's just a blessing. We raising our money thermometer big time, and we can just feel, when they say I'm a money magnet, say that affirmation every day, and new ideas and concepts are always being drawn to us. We enjoy it. I recently said we could buy it to a birthday party, so she should be coming in here in about 10 minutes.
Cool.
10 minutes, so she should be rolling in here.
All right. Cool. Well, glad to hear how that things are working and moving along for you, brother. That's the whole reason why we want to do the things that we're doing here with New Wealth Order and with this call alone. It's about us elevating and going to another level. And this is about practice and keeping with what we said we were going to do. It kind of keeps us on track, and hence why I wanted to start the call in the first place. Okay, so I guess tonight we're kind of just going to have a discussion more on what our goals are. Where are we trying to go? I mean, we've been talking about a lot of the concepts of how to get to the next level, but if we don't have a destination or know what that next level is that we're trying to get to, then we're just kind of spinning our wheels. So I don't believe that we have problems with goal setting. I think we have problems with follow through. But a lot of people don't even know how to write a goal so that it doesn't seem unattainable. So what I wanted to talk about tonight was just about setting goals in a manner that we can see the progress, and that we set them in a manner that we continue making progress. So did anybody make New Year's resolutions this year? Did you make a New Year's resolution, Miss Nikki?
No, I did not. I am against New Year's resolutions because in the past, honestly, I have not been able to keep them. So I stopped making them. So I set, sort of goals. I don't call them New Year's resolutions. I just know that there's certain things that I want to work on. There's certain things I want to achieve. So in that manner, I began to work on how I'm going to accomplish those things. And then,
Well,
at the end of the year, if I haven't accomplished it, that sort of kind of like a rollover. I just want to continue to make progress in the things that I said I wanted to do.
Okay.
I think I'm good at getting the goals done. You know what I noticed?
Okay, Brother Sean.
I said I'm good at
go ahead. What were you about to say?
I said I'm good at getting the goals done and getting right to the point where it's time to implement. But then I always come up short in terms of, I feel like I'm prepared, but it's always like one big chunk of funding or something that I need, and it always stops me. So I feel like I'm ready for war. I got my gun, and I get out there on the battlefield and realize I only got 2 bullets.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? And it's just like
That
I'm in the uniform, but it's like I get into the fight and I don't have enough ammunition to sustain me in the battle. And I'm just like that seems to be the story of my life when it comes to starting businesses or I'm really good at getting it up to that point where I'm ready to fight, but it's like that last push when you actually in the battle trying to stay alive on the battlefield with no ammunition is very frustrating. It makes you not want to just go out to the battlefield at all, because
Right.
so that's my conundrum, trying to figure out how to have enough staying power to be out on the battlefield to be able to survive and make it to to the objective.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's the challenge
Right.
that a lot of people face. You know, I guess I will address you both. I'll address you individually, and then all together we'll just talk about things, and we're going to kind of build a roadmap here. But
Mm-hmm.
for as far as like resolutions, now a lot of people say they're against New Year's resolutions. Now, I mean, I hear that a lot, but a resolution is a powerful thing because a true resolution means you have resolved to do something. You know, it's not an abstract idea. And the thing is that when people make resolutions, typically what they're doing is talking about a dream or fantasy that they have that they want. But it's not a real resolution because a resolution means you are absolutely certain because when you resolve to do something, it means you have resolve. It means you're going to have the staying power to push through this. But the problem is that we don't write it out in a manner to where we can attain it. Let me give an example. Somebody would write. Somebody. I mean, I know people that have said that they want to make $180,000 this year. They're making like 50 or 60, so they're trying to triple their income in a year. And that's a great goal because I'm never going to tell somebody that that's unattainable. But who you must be and what you must do to make 60 to $70,000 a year is a world away from who you must become and what you must do to make $180,000 a year. So if you don't have the resolve, that resolution is but a dream because you are going to have to basically triple your effort, triple your energy to get to that point because you have never done it. So when
Mm-hmm.
you write a goal like that, you have to begin to write it out in steps. Okay, what's $180,000 a year? How much is that a month? You break that down, it's about $15,000 a month. $15,000 a month equates to about how much a week? So then you can really pragmatically look at this and say, okay, is this what I really want to do? Is this where I really want to put my energy and effort into? So I would say that resolutions are great, Nikki, if it's a real resolution. The problem is that we haven't been able to, most people typically haven't been able to get to the point to where it becomes an actual resolution.
Right.
But like right now, I know you have one resolution that I am sure is going to happen because it's a resolution, it's not even a goal.
Right.
You have resolved something in your mind. You have solved the problem and you have the resolve and you're like, this is not going down again. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a resolution.
Right.
You are absolute and certain that this isn't going to happen, so you aren't going to allow it to come again to pass this way in this manner. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say that um, addressing Brother Sean, what you were talking about with the trying to get over the hump. It's always like you took 999 swings at the tree and the tree is still standing, and then you're like, dag, how many times do I have to hit this thing? I'm like right there, but I don't have that last little piece that gets me over or gets through where I'm trying to go. See, that again is a question of, I would say, we talked about a couple of weeks ago how Your purpose is like the electricity. Purpose is what sustains the motion. So, if you make something valuable enough, if your what is big enough, if your must outweigh your shoulds, then you find a way.
Mm.
Now the problem is that a lot of times we don't have the team that we need to help us get to that next level. That's another
Right.
challenge that a lot of people face.
Right.
Is they try to go at it alone,
Mhm.
and none of us are great enough
Mhm.
to do this thing in life and live this purpose and this vision that we have by ourselves, because our vision is
Right.
always bigger than us. So if we
Right.
go at it alone, we will always hit that bump. We will always hit our head right at the end, because it's about a community thing. It's bigger than us. It's a we thing, not a
Mhm.
me thing. So we turn that M
Mhm.
upside down. So if you're doing it alone, it is 20 times more challenging. It's when you surround yourself with the people
Anyway, let me go.
that have similar focuses, similar drive, and that have your best interest at heart and see your vision as clear as you see it, then you begin to break those barriers. Then you begin to
Mhm.
break through that line. So
Mhm.
I would say that, and I don't know this for sure, but it sounds like to me that your two bullets aren't enough, because you need somebody else with an Uzi standing there next to you. Is that about right? Yeah. So we are all fighting that good fight, but it's only so much we can do by ourselves. It's only so much we can feel by ourselves. You know, it is truly about connecting with other people that allows our vision to become what our vision is. I mean, even if we think back into biblical terms, Jesus' gospel got spread because of the apostles. It wasn't just Jesus going talking. And his gospel was kept alive by the apostles even after he passed on. So it's Jesus even needed help. And if he was perfect and he was brought to this world to save us and to enlighten us, and he needed help, what do you think we need? we need we need somebody. He can walk on water. None of us can do that. I mean, so we, we all need someone that sees the vision as much as we see it. It's the only way that we can get to the destination that we see, or the vision that we have, because without them, it won't happen. You know, I don't like going all into biblical stuff, because I don't like getting to the religious discussion. Without vision, the people shall perish. So it is important that our vision is given life, and that we find people that support that vision so that we can get there. That's what I'm trying to say. Um,
Wait for you to side over.
Oh,
okay, what'd you say? Sean, you say something, brother?
Lisa's here. She's gonna sign on in a minute.
Oh, okay. Hey, sis.
hey, had
All
mommy.
right. Well, so Miss Nikki,
Mhm.
did you have something you wanted to say about that? I mean, what are your feelings on that?
No, no, no. I mean, well, back to what you were saying about the resolution. I agree. I agree with you. But when you think of resolution, usually when you think of resolution, it's just this kind of this cliche kind of, just something that you do at the beginning of the year. And you're right. If you don't have a plan on how to accomplish the things, the goals that you set, or the resolutions, then it's really pointless. It's just mouth service in a sense. I agree. So that's why, until you sort of broke it down. I don't really didn't like to use, a resolution because it's something, you sort of plan at the beginning of the year. How many days can I continue with this resolution through the year before I give up, before I quit. But it's really much bigger than just saying you're going to do something, and then from the first of the year until however long it's going to take you to accomplish. And I mean, they have statistics on it, how many people give up on their resolution, right after the first of the year. So, again, just to kind of look at it a different way, it's bigger than just saying you're going to do something and trying to accomplish it. It really takes more than that. It takes a plan, an action plan. More importantly, to set out and do what you say you're going to accomplish.
Right, and that's what I was getting at, is that most people with their New Year's resolution, we don't have to wait for a New Year to make a resolution. I mean, when I resolve to do something, I don't care. I don't care if it's January 1st, May 23rd. If I'm resolving, in my mind to do something, then I'm going to do it. But the problem is exactly what you said. Most people, it is lip service. They aren't resolving to do anything. So it's truly not a resolution. It's a weak prayer at best. It's not even. It's an abstract thought that sounds good, and it makes them feel good to say it to someone, but they don't have a plan. They don't have the energy. They don't have the drive to make this a true resolution. So that's all. I mean, it's about transforming the language we use, because language too, it creates vibrations. So I understand why a lot of people stray away from the word New Year's resolution, because a lot of them haven't resolved to do anything. So
at least that she's
you tell them not to turn it off. You gotta just push the button on the wall.
Okay, Brother Sean, you say something? Okay, there go my sis. Hey, sis.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. Just coming back from some mommy duty. Mommy duty.
Hey, we all are parents up in here, so we understand the parent duty. So, it's cool. How's your week been?
It's been good, interesting, busy.
Okay. Well, busy's better than not busy, right?
Yeah. I need a vacation.
Right.
Oh man.
And I might be locked out because my system is not acting right.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Okay.
All right, we sure hear you. That's for sure.
Okay, and I'm in.
All right.
And I can see everybody.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good. Welcome to the land. So, what we're talking about, sis, we're just talking about, we've talked so much about the internal things that we need to do to kind of live the life that we want to lead. And tonight, I figured we would talk about actually goals and setting goals and kind of trying to get a roadmap going for ourselves of where everybody wants to be and where we're trying to go. Because it's kind of important to have a destination. And Ms. Nikki was talking about, I was talking about how people make New Year's resolutions, and she even addressed that, and that's what we were just talking about people making New Year's resolutions, and then by February they've already given up.
Right.
So
And can
if
I say
you
something on that real quick?
okay, sure.
No, and I mean, like you were saying, you don't wait till the beginning of the year to make a to make a resolve. However, that and that also sort of lends to how important it is. Why if it's that important for you to do, why wait until the beginning of the year to make it and and to set it? If why can't if you believe it's that important, then not why not start today, no matter what time of the year it is. You know, maybe
That's
by
true.
the end of the year or by the first of the year, you have gotten at least halfway there, or made some type of progress to what you're committed to do. So I think setting it at the beginning of the year. I mean, a lot of people we know we got to lose weight way before the first of the year, but why do we wait
Right.
till the first of the year to start? So I mean, start
That that's
today. Why wait?
that's
First it
true.
gives us a couple of more months to procrastinate on doing what we know we should have been doing all year long.
And you just took the words out of my mouth because most people like to procrastinate.
Mm-hmm.
They get stuck in the paralysis of analysis. They want to think about it, think about it, think about it, and
Right,
then they do
right.
nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
it just buys people time to have an excuse for why
Right.
they didn't do it. That's typically what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Sure, sure.
Because typically those people aren't people that are going to plan to or make a plan, a true plan to make this a real resolution and push through all the barriers that it's going to take. So
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
I used to make resolutions, and then I gave up on them because I mean sometimes they worked and sometimes they didn't. So
Mm-hmm.
what I found is it's a good place to start. It's a
Mm-hmm.
good place. Like I always believe the structure is good. Sometimes you got to put yourself in a box so you can
Mm-hmm.
break through the box. So,
Mm-hmm.
but if it doesn't, but after a while, you have to evaluate: is it really working for you? So if that's something that could get you started on being a person of your word, if you say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna start it then, and if it works, wonderful. Because some people the resolutions work. But every day is the first day of the rest of your life.
Right.
So it's just where's your starting point?
Mm-hmm.
That's very
Right.
true. That's very true, sis, and that's why I was talking about it. You may not have heard everything. I was just saying that
I didn't.
the problem is that most people don't really make a resolution. It's not a resolution is powerful. That means you have resolved to do something. I mean that is a total commitment and dedication to what you said you're going to do. And most people kind of like I said, make a resolution, but it's really more of a weak prayer. I
Right.
want to lose 50 pounds. They have no
Mm-hmm.
clue of how they want to do it. They don't have
Right.
any benchmark set for themselves. They don't have any weight training plan, anything
Mm-hmm.
in place
Mm-hmm.
to lead to its fulfillment. So they haven't resolved anything because resolve means you have solved something in your head and you have the drive and purpose behind it to get it done. Resolve is a powerful tool. So a lot of people have weak prayers, not resolutions. And they
Mm-hmm.
call them resolutions and they blame the resolution, and it's not just a resolution really. They don't have the follow through. They don't have the purpose behind it. Like you said, it's not important enough to them. A resolution is a dire need inside of them because it's driven by a purpose. It's driven by a must, not a should. We always get our must, but we rarely get our shoulds.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we were talking about earlier. But brother Sean is quiet over there now. I'm a little scared. He getting ready to start hitting you with
I'm
sound
just I'm
effects in
just
about.
prop I'm just properly muted. That's all.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. I think brother Sean about to start hitting me with sound effects in a minute. So I'm about to have to bring him up before he starts with the sound effects in the background. So
As you reminded me. And another thing that is very interesting So when you saying that the resolution has to hurt, it has, you got to feel it. And the actions that you take have to be correlated very closely with that goal. And they have to, almost like you said, be broken down into a daily breakthrough. Like, what are the necessary steps I have to take today to get to that goal? And it doesn't become real until you have to break through those actual daily breakthrough goals, you know. Otherwise, it is a dream. It's a dream. And like Lisa was saying, you can start fresh every day. If you go for a week and you get distracted, don't beat yourself up. Just resolve. Okay, this is a new day. Every day has a new possibility. So you don't have to be discouraged if here we are in March and you haven't really implemented your plan. All right, boom, start fresh. This is a New Year's Day, and go to the goal and work back and see what needs to be done today. What's the one action I can take today that will get me to this goal? And it's like eating an elephant one bite at a time. If you try to look at it as one big digestive process, you're going to just stop and say, I can't do this. Eat it one bite at a time. That's my wife, Lisa.
Lisa got you that time. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, sis. Yeah,
I couldn't cheer myself.
Hercules.
Oh man. But you're right. It's the fact that we allow it to become overwhelming, which is where the discouragement comes in, which is why people quit, because they make it so broad and they're over chunked. They make it too large and don't break it down into small attainable steps that make it easier for us to see those minor successes, which is what pushes us to the bigger success that we're ultimately after. You know, a lot of people, again, will say they want to make $180,000 a year. They don't break it down to a point where it sounds feasible to their brain that they can possibly do that. So the first time they hit a challenge, they're like, all right, I can take one challenge. Then the second time they hit a challenge, it's like, okay, is this really what I want to do? By the fourth or fifth time, they're just like, you know what? I can't do it. I tried and I can't do it. But the problem is that they didn't have a plan. They didn't segment it so that it was in a structured manner that they can easily make small steps towards its fruition. So that is the challenge that a lot of people face. And that is why a lot of people stop on what they say are their resolutions or their goals.
Now come down here.
Go ahead, another thing also that occurred to me was that oh man, got my thought. Shoot. Go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead, Lisa. Pass it to you.
All right, sis. Go ahead.
Somebody say something.
I love the
But yes, I remember when Sean first broke that down where I like what he said about you know what the big goal is, but how do you get it back to where you are? And I think a lot of people are overwhelmed because they don't even know how. They don't know how to break it down. And yet as easy as it is to say help, most people don't ask for help. And so they're in this stuck place. And all you have to do is Ask for help.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know what it is. And I was watching another entrepreneurial talk, and they were saying how sometimes you have to take the action, make the mistakes as fast as possible, because sometimes, because they're in like this is like emerging markets, and they coming up with new ideas, and so they're taking it like, all right, let's make as many mistakes as we can and get all the mistakes out the way, and even find out if this opportunity makes any sense. They want to get to the no, they want to get to the failure. You know, they just don't want to just wallow in it. If they got an idea, they go hard for it, try to make it, just ride it till it breaks. And if it breaks it, it ain't a good idea. Boom, they on to the next one. You know, but a lot of times you get all attached to the idea, like, oh man, if I fail, and they stop it. No, just go hard in it. If you don't see the results, and you try. Look at what you got. If it didn't work, let it go and move to the next thing. You know, because it's too many opportunities out here. You don't have to be attached to one. You know, make the mistake fast. So that's a whole different way of thinking about it, because I'm always attached to all my stuff. You know, so I was like, okay. It's the universe has unlimited ideas. You know, all we had to do was reach up and tone them down. You know, you gonna get into it, you don't guarantee they always gonna work. You know, but you may inspire somebody else with your failure. That might push it forward. You know, never know. Be faithful to the implement it.
That is a very true statement. You can't be afraid to fail. You know, we all on the path to success, no matter what level of success or what we feel success is. We all are going to make mistakes. Nobody makes the right decision every single time. So the fact is that not being afraid to make the mistakes is a big step in getting to whatever goal it is that you want to get to. Because even if, you know, I'm a big advocate of always saying that it's the road to success is never a straight line. It's always going to be turns and curves in that road. Now the thing is that you can do it really one of two ways. You're going to do it through mistakes or mentors, but either way you're going to pay a price. Now the mentors are there to help you and guide you through and around some of the possible potholes that are lying in that road. But the problem is that even with a mentor, you will make mistakes. It's inevitable. Everybody makes mistakes because none of us are perfect. And not being afraid to make the mistake is the difference. Most people don't move because they're afraid to make the mistake. And by them not moving, that is the mistake.
Right.
They make the mistake up front of not being willing to make a mistake. So that inhibits their progress automatically and stunts their growth in their personal life, business life, and everything else. Because until you're willing to take that risk, you will get no reward. You can't. You know, taking action in order for there to be an outcome. The outcome that we presently have. It sounds like Sis has something to say. Leaned up over there.
No, well, I mean, I agree with a lot of everybody's saying. I agree with a lot of people, what everyone is saying, and that's the Bible talks about. You'll know them by their fruit.
Mhm.
So whatever somebody's doing, you can just see where their fruit is. I mean, you can basically see where their maturity level is by their production or lack thereof.
Mhm.
If they're stuck, you know. And then at that point, if you can accordingly say, okay, but they still got to be ready to move. If they're not ready to move, they're not ready to move. But you can see, okay, you're making a choice not to do anything, which is keeping you in a flux, or you're making choices with different thoughts that are colliding, so you can't even do anything but just be in that standstill. And
Mhm.
as mentors, the goal is to say, hey, okay, let's do, what do you want to do? Do you want to move forward? Because if we're going to move forward, then this is what has to happen. We got to write a plan. Write the vision, make it plain.
Mhm.
And when you
Right.
do that, you'll know. But instead of that, goes back to that not asking for help. But when they're in that position of asking for help, then sometimes, like you said, it's getting those little steps so you can start. Maybe sometimes it's so small, but something to celebrate. You've moved. You've moved from the place that you're at. You're moving closer and closer, no matter how little it may seem. And eventually, every little step becomes something major, a major key
Mhm.
that you're that far away. Like, I'm trying to get my credit score to be 750. So there are things that I must do to get it that way, and it's not going to happen overnight. And I think
Right.
people, we live in a society that we want instant gratification. We want it right
Right.
now, and the
Mhm.
thing about getting it right now means that you don't even respect it when you get it
Mm.
right now. So no, we have a generation that doesn't even understand what hard work is to even reach for a goal. I mean, growing up, I know, like, I've heard people talking about, oh, I want to get a car. Well, what did you have to do to get a car? You might have had to work all these little side jobs, and because you're still in high school or something, to get it. But you got to work towards something, and you got to be willing to work towards it, and with those little
That's
steps.
true. That's very true. One of my favorite quotes, I forgot who said it. He said, success deceives a lot of people because oftentimes it comes dressed up as hard work. So,
Right. Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die.
exactly. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
that is one of my favorite quotes. I was like, because I found nothing to be more true than that. People are like, well, how do I get this? How do I get that? Oh, you can get it, but it's going to cost you. What are
Mhm.
you willing to sacrifice? And that's another problem with where a lot of people are stuck is they think they can keep doing what they've been doing but get a different result.
Right.
They
That's
don't want to
insanity.
they don't want to give up anything that they've been doing but want their life to change dramatically. Okay, so if you want a dramatic change, logic would say that you have to do something dramatic for that change to happen. But human thinking says I want it, so it should just happen, especially in the society that we live in. Because we live in, as you said, an instant gratification society, or as other people call it, the microwave society. They want to be able to push a button. Okay, that's it. It's done. Okay, I'm working with this coach. That's it. It's over. I'm going to be successful. I shouldn't have to do anything else. This guy's done, or this woman has done X, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. No, you still have to work. It still doesn't work if you don't put in the effort. It still doesn't work if you don't put in the energy, because ultimately it's your vision, it's your plan, it's your place, it's your dream, it's your baby that you must nurture and create so that we all can prosper from it. And a lot of people want to avoid that step of having to work beyond just saying what they want and changing anything. They don't want to have to change. But Miss Nikki, you look like you had something to say. You rubbing your hands. You like you ready to go. So I'll let you get in. But I just wanted to piggyback
Yeah.
on what Lisa said.
No, I mean everything everyone is saying is absolutely right. I mean there's going to be some work involved. There's going to be some failure involved. But it's just how bad do you want it? Because it's not going to I mean I know this comedian has a joke. It's an old joke, but someone who won a job but don't want to go out there looking like, man, I need a job. You know, what job's supposed to come knock on the door, you know, and say, job, here I am. You know, it's all about,
Yeah.
you got to get out there and you got to do the hard work. You got to do things that you didn't, you know, think you would do to get the job done. And sometimes that's the hard part. And again, I know even for myself, you know, there's a fear factor involved. You know, I don't like to say it, but there is. There's just a fear of failure. But what is the other option? You know, what options do you have not to do it at all? Then you know that's a definite failure. If you do nothing, you know you are assured to fail. So if you have to get to a point where you know you feel like I don't have any other choice, or you know I know that if I do nothing, then again nothing's going to change. You know, so it's just all about you know taking that faith walk and it's just one step at a time, you know. Like my Lisa was saying, you got to, you know, you got to take a step. You got to do something. It may not, you know, I mean, you're not going to get from A to Z immediately. You got a lot of letters in between, so you got to just take one step at a time. And with each step, there may be some failure, but that doesn't mean to turn around and go back to A again. You know, you just got to keep moving forward. That's the only
Yeah.
way you'll see progress.
All right. I also was thinking that another thing they taught us was to celebrate the small success. It's like if you any little thing you can find to celebrate that you did towards your goals, put it in a success journal. You keep your eyes on those small successes, and because what you pay attention to increases. You know, so for some reason we're not culturally taught to pay attention to the small successes we do. So if we just continuously, any little thing you do, like if you wrote an email, if you put an email request in for something, or any little thing you do, celebrate yourself. Say, God, I did a good job putting that in success story for the day. And you'll find things, you'll start seeing more and more success in your world. Because you have your eye trained at like, because probably there's a lot of success happening around you that your eye not seeing it. So you got to start with the little stuff, you know. And you become a money magnet. You become a success magnet because you're seeing it. It's coming real to you.
Right. That's true. You know, we that's what we talked about. You know, having those small victories that lead to the big victory. That's pretty much what this thing here is about. And that's what we talk about here with NWO a lot. I mean, you know, even the workbook, you know, we talk about that. You need to celebrate your successes because it's important because what you focus on expands. Now, I do want to address the fact of what you were saying, Nikki, because I do totally, I agree with 95% of it. The problem is, I'll just say it because this is family and this is what we're here for, is that most people aren't failing. They're not starting. You have to earn the right to fail. You earn that right by doing something. You didn't fail if you didn't do anything. You just didn't do anything. So you don't get to quit. You have to start to quit. If you don't start, you didn't quit. You just never started. You're a non-starter. You didn't quit. You didn't fail. You just didn't move. And that is a failure unto your dream, but it's not quitting. People quit because they started doing something. You have to earn that right. So don't come and say you quit when you didn't do anything. You didn't quit. You didn't start. And that's where a lot of people are stuck at. They're non-starters. We live and we see them every day. We're around them on a consistent basis, a non-starter that are telling you, well, I tried. What did you do? Oh, man, you know, I read this book, and okay, what did you do? I read this book, man, and ain't nothing changed. You read a book. What did you do? I didn't ask you what did you read. What did you do? And they can't even tell you what they did because they didn't do anything. So they didn't quit. A lot of people say they quit when they don't do something. No, you quit if you started something and don't finish it. That's quitting. But to actually sit and stew in your own insecurities, your own fears, your own drama, your own past challenges, and not move, that's not quitting. That's not starting. So I did want to say that. And I realize we are past our time now. We're getting close to 8:45. We're coming down the stretch. We're coming around the mountain pretty quick. I promise you, every time we start going, it's like time moves like lightning. So real quick, we have to get on writing our goals down. We have to work on this as a unit. I would like everybody to explore what it is they want most in the next 3 months. And you know, on your personal side, for your personal life, for your business life, and then even in your love life. You know, what is it that you want? Let's look at what we really want. What are we after? If we don't know what we're after, we can't ever get it. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't get it, because they don't know what they're after. So we have to begin to see it and begin to make plans to attain it, because otherwise we'll just be spinning our wheels. So I challenge us all, I challenge everybody to write down 3 goals. And we'll talk about them next week. Let's do it that way. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this thing up in the next 5 minutes, and I'll give everybody their parting shots like we do every week. So it's always a lady that goes first. So we'll go with Sis Lisa Maya. You're going to lead us off tonight with your parting shots for the week.
Okay. Well, like you said, we got our homework. We got our marching orders. 3 things that we want to accomplish. And those that are in YouTube land looking at it, you do the same. It's instruction time. It's exercise time. It's time to get busy and do the things that we really want to do. And so I'm excited. I always love. I'm a planner, so Sean will tell you I plan everything. But you know, I ain't got no problem. But I got the fruit to show it. So
there you go. That's it. We don't talk about it. We be about it. That's what
right.
I like to say. Okay. Well, brother Sean, parting shots, brother.
I think excuse me. I think we just gotta get out here and execute. That's the key. And hold each other accountable. When we bring our 3 goals in, that'll be the goals on the table, and it'll give us a basis for our little mastermind conversations, so we can say, well, how are you coming on that goal? How are you coming on that goal? And just so we can execute and have some accountability structure to help us do the goals. I think that's important. And so everybody just get in there and work hard and stay focused. Do your amps. Nikki, don't forget to download that app, and it'll really help. And everybody have a blessed week.
All right. Miss Nikki, parting shots, final words.
Okay. I definitely am going to download that app. I'm going to get this meditation. That's going to be one of my goals, to get my meditation on big time. But also, again, you know, just to really put that focus on not just writing, you know, 3 things out, quote unquote goals, but also to begin to, take it a little step. Once I decide what those goals are, is to now, how am I going to achieve that? Begin to break it down and get down to the most minute part of that goal so that when I look at it, I have a roadmap to get me to where I need to be. So that's the most important part. The goals are the easy part, but then also, the roadmap to get there is where the real work begins. So I think, as we work together, which I love working with you all, and I appreciate this time, is to also, begin to work on how to accomplish the goals that I think that's where the real work starts. Setting that roadmap and taking that first step. That's it.
Okay, cool. Well, my parting shot is pretty much what we've been talking about. I just say that, first of all, I appreciate everybody, for taking this time, especially on a Sunday evening. You guys and ladies could be doing anything right now, but you're choosing to spend time here with us to, one, build each other up, and two, work on what it is to attain what we really want out of life. And that I am so thankful and appreciative for. I would say that we want to turn these goals into that resolution where we want to resolve to make sure that these things happen. Because I am, anybody that knows me, very driven. I am immensely driven.
No, are you?
I am very, very driven. So I would like for us to turn these things into resolutions, and we begin to show people what a real resolution looks like, so that people understand that when you resolve to do something, it's already done because it's already written. So I would say that is what I would like to get out of this, and I appreciate you all so much. You all do my heart a great service by showing up here on Sunday evenings. With that being said, it is 8:47. Those zombies are getting ready to come on TV, and I'm not trying to get in anybody's zombie time. So I'm going to fade to black. I'm already black, but I'm going to fade to black. So I will close and say that, we choose what type of life we have by the choices that we make. So I hope you all choose to be exceptional. If you guys want, I will let you know when the next workshop is. Well, I know you guys want that, so I will tell you when the workshop's coming up. And let's just get to it, family. Let's keep moving. Let's keep growing. So I thank you all, and everybody have a mag-fantabulous week.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Night, Nikki. Night, Sean.
Good night.
Night,
Have a
Gerald.
great week.
Night,
Good
John
night.
Boy.